Back with Dr. Richard Moss. His book is A Surgeon's Odyssey. I would suggest that you go back on the computer in the next day or so and take a look at this segment in its entirety. Talking with Dr. Moss, who traveled to how many countries again, sir? About
many countries, but we worked in 4: Thailand, Nepal, India, and Bangladesh.
Your lovely wife is sitting over here, and we won't have a chance to interview her, but in a way, I teased this in the last segment, you had to marry her. And the reason I want you to tell that story, it shows something about what it's like to go and immerse yourself in another culture. So could you tell me briefly why you had to marry her?
Well, I mean, okay, so Thailand is a very strong conservative traditional culture. And there are certain rules. They're very different than Western attitudes. And so really the whole relationship between the sexes is completely chaperoned and
right.
orchestrated, all right? So, all right, we maybe fell out of the traditional chaperoning
right.
situation. A little bit of the mixing of the Western and the Eastern mentality. But I realized that I had gotten involved to a level that in order to do respect and to honor her and her family and her tradition, that indeed we would get married.
But honestly, real quickly, at that point, you weren't sure you'd be married still today. Is that fair to say?
Well, yeah, yes, it is fair. And one of the things I think about is if she had, if I may say, pushed it to that level, and the influence of the culture and her family, I should say as well, like her brother, maybe I would have stayed a bachelor and not had children, which to me are a great glory.
Okay, so let me shift a little bit on this. Obviously, you brought to these people you provided them medical services that were unavailable. Tell me, for you, as a Jew also, how Hinduism, Buddhism, what did you learn from that would help you with medicine?
Well, I think both of these religions are very...
And Muslim, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's a sort of a different, that's more
right.
in our tradition, the Western
right.
tradition. But let's say the Hinduism, Buddhist aspects, which are very appealing here in the West as well. It's very reflective, meditative, contemplative philosophies, and I think it's just useful as a way to create a certain equanimity and peace within oneself, and to strive for higher levels of awareness and consciousness. All of that to me is fine. I respect that, and so to me to somehow integrate that into my life.
Right, not to the exclusion of modern medicine, but as a combination.
Yeah, the spiritual, mental, psychological aspect of it.
Right.
So it has its place in anyone's life. It doesn't mean you necessarily have to become a Buddhist or a Hindu. I did, as we talked, that I ordained as a Buddhist within a Buddhist temple, and I really practiced with a great Buddhist teacher, a Thai Buddhist teacher, and I met a Jew that was a Buddhist monk in basically the jungle for about 30 years, and he and I had wonderful conversations, and he plays a pivotal role in the book as well. So my immersion into Buddhism was quite profound.
Okay, but you take this back now. We were in private practice back in the States, and there is a part of that still touches you as a physician.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, the emphasis is on awareness in the moment, and how can you go wrong with that? To be floating around and engage in all sorts of chatter with mental chatter, as opposed to really being focused on the moment. If I had to drop it down to a nutshell, that would be Buddhism in a nutshell.
We have one segment left with Dr. Moss, who will be joining us in the final segment. We will be back. Thank you.